After our parents died, my sister forced me to give up our childhood home and left me the junk in the attic. She didn't realize what she had signed away. My sister Bianca was the definition of main character energy. When my parents were alive, she was the star athlete and the Ivy Leaguer. I was the one who stayed behind in our small town, working at the local library and taking care of my parents' house as they aged. When the will was read, Bianca's true colors finally came out. My parents had left us the family estate, a sprawling Victorian home on 10 acres. It was worth at least $1.5 million. I want the house, Bianca said, before my parents were even cold. You can have the antique shop and the junk in the attic. It's a fair split, right? You love your dusty books anyway. The antique shop was a failing business. It was essentially a storage unit for broken clocks. Bianca knew the house was the only real asset. She forced me to sign a quitclaim deed, effectively kicking me out of my childhood home so she could list it for sale. I didn't fight her. I was too tired. I moved into the cramped apartment above the old shop and started sorting through the junk. Bianca called me every day, gloating. Just sold the house for $200K over asking, she'd brag. Hope you're enjoying those old newspapers, little sister. Maybe you can burn them for heat. But then, I found the cigar box. Deep in the back of the attic, tucked inside a stack of 1950s encyclopedias, was a box wrapped in heavy oilcloth. Inside weren't jewels or cash. It was a collection of stock certificates and a note from my father. To my quiet daughter, it read. I knew Bianca would take the house. She sees only the paint on the walls. But you always looked at what was inside. These aren't for the house. They are for the future. I took the certificates to a financial advisor. They were for a local utility company that had been quietly snowballing for nearly a century. The value? $4.2 million. Best of all, when Bianca forced me to sign away the house in exchange for the contents of the shop and attic, she legally signed away her right to any undiscovered assets. A month later, her house sale fell through due to hidden structural issues. She was being sued for $500K by the buyers for failing to disclose the rot. She called me crying for a loan. I'd love to help Bianca, I said. But I'm pretty busy. I have a lot of dusty books to read. The real kicker came a week later. I used a fraction of the money to buy the estate back from the developer at a massive distressed discount. When Bianca drove past a month later, she saw me sitting on the porch she tried to kick me off of. I waved at her with a glass of champagne in one hand and my father's cigar box in the other. She lost the house, the money, and her pride. I didn't just get my home back. I got the life she tried to steal.